7 super genius teenage suddenly fell in another world. When they were on a plane, they were the greatest people in the world. A man named Tsukasa finally wake up. He is the youngest president in the world. This time he is cared for by a woman named Liril. There is also Winona. They are half-animal humans. Tsukasa finally realizes that he has been in another world, and this place is Elm Village. 1 week later, Tsukasa's friends finally recovered. The villagers made a party for them. Then Tsukasa made mayonnaise. The villagers were very happy, because in their place there was no mayonnaise. After that, Tsukasa and his friends prepared a plan to return to Earth. They wanted to find information about this world, including other kingdoms and also magic. Then the villagers told the story of the 7 heroes. Tsukasa thought if it had something to do with them. Tsukasa and his friends start their mission, but they don't take it too seriously, because they are afraid that they will destroy the world. This time it is shown a girl named Ringgo. She is the greatest scientist in the world. She plans to create modern equipment in that place. Then the knights from the kingdom of Freyjagged attacked the village. Aoi and Shinobu defeated them. Aoi was the greatest swordsman in the world. Shinobu was a ninja and the greatest journalist in the world. Then Akatsuki scares the knights with magic tricks. It turns out that Akatsuki is the greatest magician in the world. This time Masato wants to go trade, so he can make this village rich. Masato is the greatest businessman in the world. This time Masato went to the town of Nutskaland named with a villager named Elk, but they were forbidden to trade in that place, because the territory was controlled by a man named Jakoi. Masato became angry. He was going to create a trade union to destroy Jakoi. The next day Masato succeeded in creating a trade union, because he managed to deceive the mayor. Then a girl named Ru asked to become Masato's student, because he saw Ru was similar to himself. Masato would make Ru as his student. Then Masato teamed up with other merchants. He finally started his own trade union. A lot of people bought at Masato's place, because they also sell mayonnaise. The next day Masato also cooperates with a man named Klaus. He is the leader of a trade union from another country. Jakoi, who knew that, became very angry. He wanted to destroy the Masato trade union. Jakoi had made preparations. He was sure that he could beat Masato, but suddenly no one was buying at Jakui's place anymore, because Masato's place had low taxes. Jakoi's company finally went bankrupt. Masato's plan to beat Jakoi was successful. Everyone was very surprised to see Masato, who managed to destroy Jakoi's company in less than a week. The villagers of Elm now live happily, but suddenly a monster attacks the village. The monster kills the village leader, but a girl named Kanzaki manages to help him. It turns out that Kanzaki is the greatest doctor in the world. Hearing that Elm Village has a lot of money, the commander of the Royal Knights of Freyjagged named Inzagi came to attack the village. They also burned the houses of the residents. Fortunately, Akatsuki managed to save the residents, but the knights kidnapped Liril. The villagers become sad. Then Tsukasa plans to destroy the kingdom of Freyjagged, so he can save Liril. It turned out that the king of the kingdom of Freyjagged named Eduardo wanted to make Liril as his wife. He promised that he would not attack the village of Elm. Suddenly there was an explosion in the royal palace. It turned out that Ringgo fired a missile. Then all the villagers attacked the kingdom of Freyjagged. They can also defeat the kingdom of Freyjagged easily, because they have great weapons. Aoi and Akatsuki also help them. Then Tsukasa and Shinobu sneak into the royal palace of Freyjagged. They are blocked by the royal mage, but Shinobu manages to defeat him. Then Shinobu fought against Inzagi, and Akatsuki entered the king's room. Then the king shot Tsukasa, but Tsukasa was wearing a bulletproof suit. Because of that he survived. Then Tsukasa killed the king. Suddenly Liril's eyes change. He says if he summons 7 heroes to save this world. After successfully conquering the kingdom of Freyjagged, Tsukasa and his friends founded the 7 Light Faith, and Akatsuki will become a god, because he deceived the people with his magic tricks. So many people became followers of the 7 Light Faith. Then Tsukasa claimed to be an angel. He came to meet the nobles, and got the nobles to become followers of the 7 Light Faith, because they liked Tsukasa's idea. Then Tsukasa wanted to make a man named Bernard to be a knight captain, to replace Inzagi. At first he wanted to do it, but Tsukasa managed to persuade him. Tsukasa also promised to always take care of Bernard's daughter. This time it is shown that Shinobu has received information about another kingdom. It turns out that the kingdom of Freyjagged is the territory of the Arclight Empire. They have to be careful with the northern kingdom, because there is the strongest magician named Gustav. This time it was shown Tsukasa and the nobles were having a meeting to make the kingdom of Freyjagged better. Tsukasa doesn't even sleep while working. Then Liril comes to his room. She is very happy because Tsukasa is very kind for helping her. But Tsukasa is not happy. He say if he is not a good person, because Tsukasa has killed his corrupt father, then he becomes president to replace his father. Liril was shocked to hear that, but she still believed that Tsukasa was good. Moving to Elm Village, Ringgo has managed to create a factory. She also created several weapons. This time it was shown that Ru was having trouble memorizing multiplication, then Akatsuki helped Ru, and Ru was finally able to do it. The moving scene shows Shinobu and Elk investigating Kakono village, which is Gustav's territory. It turns out that all villagers are cannibals. Suddenly Gustav's knights came. They punished the villagers who were dressed in dirty clothes. Shinobu was very angry to see that, then she surrendered herself, so that the knights wouldn't attack the villagers. It turns out that Gustav forced the residents to do evil, because Gustav threatened to destroy the village. Moving to Shinobu's place, there is a knight named Jean asking for Shinobu's help. She wants to beat Gustav, because Jean is a member of the Blue Knight. Jean and Shinobu finally cooperate. Moving to Gustav's place, he bought a golden statue, then he got the news that the Seven Knight Faith had invaded his territory. He got angry and threw fire spears. Ringgo tried to prevent the spear, but he failed. The spear burned the city. Even the spear let out a monster, because in the spear there was Gustav's soul. Tsukasa and his friends couldn't fight the spear. Then Liril tells the weakness of the fire monster, but it's very difficult. Then Aoi will defeat the fire monster alone. She will run with the missile. Aoi finally managed to defeat the fire monster. Gustav was seriously injured. Because his magic power was destroyed by Aoi, he was very angry and planned to destroy the Seven Light Faith. Then Tsukasa gives Bernard and his troops modern weapons, so they can fight Gustav's troops. The next day Gustav's troops came to attack them, but Bernard was able to win easily. Gustav's troops did not expect that the Seven Light Faith group had such a powerful weapon. Gustav became angry and wanted to bring additional troops. Suddenly Gustav's troops betrayed. They are all now members of the Blue Knight group. Even Ringgo sent drone weapons to destroy Gustav's territory. Then Shinobu and Jean came to attack Gustav. Shinobu had set some traps, and they managed to defeat Gustav. Suddenly Gustav blew himself up. Luckily Shinobu and Jean managed to survive. After defeating Gustav, the Blue Knight group asked to work with the Seven Light Faith, but Tsukasa didn't want to do it, because he knew that if their leader named Conrad was lying. Tsukasa also planned to destroy the Blue Knight group. This time it is shown Ringo's past. Since childhood she has become a great scientist, but her mother hates her. Because of that she doesn't want to be a scientist anymore. But after meeting Tsukasa, Ringgo gets excited again, and Ringgo also loves Tsukasa. Back in the present, Tsukasa tells Ringgo to make a nuclear bomb, because Tsukasa plans to rule the world. This time it was shown the emperor named Nero. He ordered the Blue Knight to destroy the Seven Light Faith. He also ordered a magician to help them. This time, the Blue Knights attacked Jean, because the Blue Knight group considered Jean dangerous for their plan to destroy the Seven Light Faith. Fortunately Shinobu helped Jean, then Shinobu invited Jean to join the Seven Light Faith group. This time it was shown Conrad together with a mysterious magician. Suddenly the magician killed Conrad. It turned out that he was Gustav. He used a holy stone, so he could come back to life. And now that Gustav wanted to use his strongest power to destroy the Seven Light Faith, Shinobu, who knew that, immediately reported to Tsukasa. Then Tsukasa told Ringgo to fire a nuclear bomb, and the bomb instantly destroyed the entire Gustav area. All members of the Blue Knight group were also killed. Tsukasa's plan to defeat Gustav and the Blue Knight group was successful. After that Akatsuki ordered all the residents to gather. He said he would establish a new country called the Elm Republic, and Tsukasa would become president in that country. Tsukasa said if he would make a country where everyone could live fairly. The residents were very happy to hear that. But suddenly Gustav came to their place. He turned out to be immortal. Shinobu and Aoi couldn't beat him. Then Liril ordered to destroy the sacred stone. Tsukasa tries to shoot the holy stone. After several shots, Gustav is finally died. Thanks for watching this video.